All right, so you guys use the Amulet of Planar Magic to travel to the New World. Raz, Iceland, Theren, and Key were all together. You found yourself in a set of ruins. You're able to find your way out and escape. However, you did not have Sophia and Stumpy. After wandering around kind of in the plains and the grasslands of this new area, you eventually ran into a Hoolian or Orcish hunter by the name of Sharn Fourbinder. After hunting down a wolf and chopping him up, getting some of his meat prepared, he agreed to lead the group to the closest settlement called the Fold. On this way, the group ran into Stumpy and another orc by the name of Kerbag Fourbinder. Kerbag being the brother of Sharn. You guys were being chased by giant scorpions and spiders that the group was able to fight off. After that, you guys had some strange but informative conversations with the Ahulian brothers, finding out that you guys are in a continent called Yurdos, and the year is 1428. The two brothers had said that they would continue leading you to the Fold so that you could continue following the tracks of Sophia. However, they only agreed to do it if Iceland would agree not to use any type of magic, as magic is banned and illegal in the continent of Yurdos, only under certain situations. However, they did note that there is a band of brigands who do use magic, and they've only been referred to as the Shepherd's Men. Shepherd possibly being a mage of power here on Yurdos. So, with all that being said, you guys had, I believe, made camp, and you decided to have the brothers continue to lead you up to the town of the Fold. You guys have all, did we finish the long rest, or did we say that we were going in?
We were about to long rest and see if anything was going to happen.
You said to wait and see what was going to happen.
Gotcha.
Okay. I took first watch, and I'm working on the quarterstaff that I'm trying to craft.
Gotcha.
I definitely already took a long rest.
Okay.
She went to sleep immediately. Just as I did.
Okay. So then who then is going to be doing, if we're getting ready for a long rest, who would like to take watch?
I took first watch, I already said.
Okay, so Theron's going to take first watch. Who is going to agree to take the second watch?
The other elf.
Probably.
Yeah, I need sleep, yo.
We're the only ones that get half rest, so.
I could use some sleep.
Y'all could.
She's the one I'll be waking up at the end of my...
So you're going to be waking up Iceland?
Oh.
Okay. All right, so then everyone else will be heading to bed, heading to sleep. Theren, if you want to, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Passive 16.
All right. So with a passive of 16, you are watching over the group of individuals, the party, just to make sure nothing bad happens.
Did we level up?
Yes. So, as you sit, I'm going to assume that you're continuing to work on your staff at this point. Okay. So, as you sit, you are kind of spending the time whittling away, trying to make your new quarterstaff. You look out at the nature, the woods, and the field before you. Throughout your guard, you notice a few things. You notice kind of off in the distance what appears to be a few deer and gazelle. Actually, no, not gazelle, but you see a flock of deer as they kind of gallop past you. You do see far off in the distance, maybe about maybe about 60 feet outside of you, you do see what appears to be a wolf walking by. You kind of get ready and wait to see if it does anything, but as it walks, it doesn't seem to take any kind of notice of you. It just continues to kind of pass by the group unless you want to initiate or do something to it. Okay.
Why don't you make an animal thing happen?
Other than that, you spend you spend the 4 hours. You contemplate your frustration of being dragged onto a new continent as you continue to think and worry about where Sophia might be. But other than that, your time passes and nothing of note happens.
All right. At the end of my shift, I go to Wake Iceland.
So no, you're not gonna be able to level up, and you're gonna have to do that next time before seconds. Okay.
Alright,
Sure.
do you want me to add my mathematics? But it's gonna be this morning.
Well, yes. Well, I mean, yeah. What is it all together? Okay. What's the highest CR you can turn into? Nope. What's the highest CR you can turn into? Yeah, right now. What's the highest CR you can turn into? Okay, well, I'm going to give you one. But if you can't turn into one, then this is going to be kind of upsetting, right?
No,
So what are you?
I've got it pulled up. Are you circle of the moon or another circle?
I'm circle of trees.
Okay, then it's 1/2.
Wait, you have it pulled up. Just real quick. When I go 8, you want to go up or 6?
8.
Okay. So, what's up?
Stay at
All right.
1/2 until level 8.
But that's 1 and 6.
Oh, I don't know that. I just pulled up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, 1/2. Sorry.
1/2. Okay. So, as you go to take your guard over the group, you look around. What was it, like 24?
It was 23.
23. Okay. You take a look around and you're kind of like taking in the environment. You as a druid would notice something very kind of sad about what you're looking at, what kind of nature you're seeing around you. So you kind of understand that even though this is a different continent, with the biomes and environments keeping stable, you would know that the trees, the vegetation, and even the grass around you didn't used to be this color. You look around, you see a lot of the trees are kind of brownish, a lot of them are missing their leaves. The grass is mostly dead where it is growing. It is a very dry, very brownish color. It no longer has a clean green sheen like it used to. Basically, you take all this information and you recognize that there has been some kind of either human interference or some kind of magical issue that has caused the nature around you to slowly die. With that, you look around, and with your keen elf eyes, you notice swarms of different insects, beetles, centipedes, spiders, wasps kind of going around you. You also notice kind of off the distance, same thing that happened with Theren. You see in the woods, you hear it before you see it, what appears to be a black bear that is kind of making its way making its way
again.
making its way around in the forest. Unfortunately, that is the most I can give you. You see a giant wasp float by. Pretty sure that is flying, though, so you need flying. But other than that, you also don't notice anything else in your guard. If you would like to go and wake everyone up, you can do so.
Drew, out of character. Drew, can I send you a CR list of, like, more choices? Just for futures.
Yeah, sure.
There you go. It breaks it down by like 1/8, 1/4, 1/2, all that.
Yeah, that's what I have open right now in D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I'm at 23, and you gave me something I already had.
I gave you a bunch of stuff. I gave you lots of swarms of insects. That can be very useful, as shared.
Yay!
Alright, but yeah, with that, it is now up to Aitlin if she would like to go around and wake everyone up.
Nope, we're all going to bed. That's a cute animal that I can turn into that's You fucker.
So do we get a long rest when I heal myself?
Yes, everyone gets a long rest. There's really nothing else, babe. I went through and tried to find something cool. There's nothing else that I could even try to give you.
Like what?
There was nothing else.
Let me see a direwolf so that later I can be one.
I thought you already had direwolf.
Do I?
I thought so, yeah.
Okay, then give me, like, lion. There's a lion. Something. I don't know. Something I wouldn't have.
A lion is 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna be level, I'm gonna be 1, like, you level.
Alright. So does Iceland wake everyone up?
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Anyway, very angrily waking everybody up.
Iceland is disappointed with the nature of this continent.
The planet is dying, and there's nothing in the United States. Still, a chimera, cool-ass griffin that we saw.
All right, so you guys see the orc brothers Sharn and Kerbag. They're kind of yawning, stretching, picking up their bed rolls, rolling everything up. They're both experienced hunters. They had their stuff very nicely neat and organized. You see them waking up. They kind of pull out some nuts and berries, some dried jerky that they're kind of like eating on as they smoke a pipe and just quietly talk to each other.
Key's gonna walk over and ask if she can have some of their breakfast because Key is down to 1 ration.
Yeah, so if you walk up to Sharn, he'll say, yes, of course, Little One. Here's some jerky for you.
Thanks. Really appreciate that. Oh yeah, I've been eating, guys. I have 1 ration left. That's okay. Key's used to being hungry. She can parse it out. So yeah, Key's gonna sit down next to them and eat quietly.
Oh, I see that in order to recover from a level of exhaustion, it says requires food and drink, but it doesn't say how much.
I would assume 1 ration.
Yeah, a ration.
1/4 portion.
How many rations do you have?
All of them. I haven't been eating.
Yes. Oh, okay. Same.
Easy crush.
When
Now
were
I
we
have
supposed to
9.
be eating? I wasn't aware.
Every long rest.
It hasn't really been important for the rest of the game, but yes, you will be eating a ration and some water.
So should we down to 1?
Should I just bring myself down to 5 or something?
Whatever you want to do. I mean,
Oh shit, if I'm not being made to do it, I'm not gonna do it. Why would I nerf myself?
He wasn't carrying much to begin with because Pipes had all the food forever. So Key really just started eating on her own the last, like, couple rests.
It would be so good for the ball.
Let's say that everyone's down to at least 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. And then this one will bring me down to 2.
Today I learned, and to the rest of you newbies watching, like me, that you have to eat your rations when you take a long rest. Good learning experience.
Except not this time for Key, because she bargained off with somebody else.
I'm gonna walk up to the two brothers. I heard, and I'm gonna say, I heard you guys are giving out food over here. So I have some.
Sharn kind of turns to you. Now, hold on. I don't know if I have enough for everyone. And he kind of like goes into his bag. He has.
Give me a giant goat.
He pulls out two more pieces of like handfuls or pouches of some jerky and berries. He says, I have enough for about 2 or 3 of you.
Stumpy yells, shotgun.
Sure, if you want to take
run on over.
one to you.
Key's gonna look at Iceland and Roz like to see if they're gonna reach over and take anything he's offering.
I mean, sure. Does that mean I get to put one more ration back?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nice.
I'm not gonna eat from them. I'm actually gonna eat a ration.
What did you say I'm eating, though? I just want to be very sure this is proper orc food before I put it in my mouth.
Jerky and berries.
Jerky,
Dried
acceptable.
jerkies and berries.
Berries, questionable. Wait a second.
Pretty fucking crazy spells right now.
Type it in OOC chat. If Iceland doesn't take the other portion he's handing out, Key's gonna reach over and take it and then kind of wink at him.
How do I do that?
How do you what?
Emo.
What is it? /E?
/E if she's doing something, but if you just want to be out of character telling us something, I would just type it. So yeah, so I'm gonna take that and then give myself back 1 ration, and that gives me 2.
Yep. So you're gonna see the two brothers. Yeah, they continue to hand out just 2 more. They had 3 altogether. They gave 1 to Roz, 1 to Key, and then whoever wants to take the last one.
They had 3 after they fed me the first time. So Stumpy took 1, Roz took 1, and Key took an extra since neither Theren nor Iceland took 1.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. After they hand out the rations, they start kind of putting their stuff away. Kerbag will kind of come over and address the group. All right, then. I think we're ready to head off. We're more than happy to take you to the fold. Now, again, we will take you to the fold under the condition that your whatever here agrees not to use any of her magic outside in the open air.
Whatever!
Are we in agreement?
If no one gets hurt.
All right. Is everyone else ready to go?
That's good enough. No one gets hurt. Okay. Oh, perfect.
I'm ready.
Good
Let's
to
do
go.
this shit.
All right.
And nods.
All right. So instead of continuing to just roll for more encounters that aren't going to happen, what we are going to do is we are going to move you guys to the first town in Yurdos. So here's again the map of Yurdos. These are all the places that you have either discovered or been told about. You began in the ruins of Samas.
You haven't moved us over yet.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I can't see. I'm still in a campfire.
Now can you see?
Spells are super okay. Letting you guys know.
Nope. Still campfire.
Your screen, then you have to reset. I don't know what else to do because I've moved
Okay.
you over.
1 second.
Yeah.
I guess I will also reset? Question mark?
That's what you need to see, yeah.
Oh, never mind. I thought you said we were seeing the town.
Everyone else can see the map, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, so now we're good. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, just a reminder that this is the map of Yurdos as you know it. The brothers have agreed to lead you up to the fold. So we will take you there now.
Nice.
Alright, so This is a map of the fold. So a couple things to consider. This would really kind of stand out to you, Roz, more than anyone else. So, Roz, you notice as you look around at these houses. Are you on the right map key?
Yes. That time was I got a new mouse and I clicked the button.
Gotcha. So yeah, Roz, you know something interesting. So, you almost don't know how to make sense of it. The kind of style and architecture of these houses are something that you're obviously very familiar with. What is strange to you is that while they're not made out of the usual materials that a Julian would kind of use to make their camp or their tents, mostly like hides that you would get from hunting animals. This is almost made out of like some type of material that you've never seen before. As you walk around the town, you kind of slide your hand over some of the walls. It almost feels like very smooth to the hand. Out of character, these houses are made out of like modern type plaster almost, but the architecture and the style are very much stuff that you would be familiar with back home. So I know a lot of this adventure so far has been Roz being like, none of this stuff is a Julian. This is very, very much a Julian culture. So the brothers will kind of look at each other and they'll turn back to the group. Kerbag will say to you guys, if you need us anymore, we're going to be in the hunting lodge that we run just up north. If you would maybe like a place to stay before you go on your travels, please come see us. You're more than welcome to stay with us. Room and board is free. Thank you for helping us move all of our material up. With that, you're going to see Sharn reach down into his pocket.
He gets excited.
Who... I don't want to make you guys fight.
I was carrying something for him.
Who probably looks most in charge of this group right now?
Oh.
Well, he's not going to even want to give it to me.
That is true.
I would say it would probably be Iceland otherwise.
I mean, I'm the orc. So.
I was gonna say, I think Roz, since you are actually like their same race, so you're gonna see Sharn reach down in his pocket, and he's gonna walk over to you, Roz, and he's gonna whisper. He's gonna say, "Hey, listen, don't tell my brother this, but I want to be able to pay you for the work that you did." He hands over to you another kind of like handful of assortment of this colorful paper that has pictures of strangely dressed Julian with numbers on them. Altogether, they equal up, the numbers on the corner, they equal up to 500.
Ooh!
I see this, right?
So I clear my throat and trying to hold them the way I see him holding them.
This is, here, I'll roll for him because he's trying to do it stealthily. Whew. Anyone with a passive perception higher than a nat 1 watches and this over to Roz.
His brother.
Yes, including his brother, who kind of comes over and like smacks on top of the head. And then you see them kind of like walk away and they're kind of like mumbling to each other and like pseudo arguing. You can see that Sharn's like kind of upset, but not really. But they do kind of walk away, and you see them leave, and they go up north to the hunting lodge. Before they leave, they kind of explain to you a couple places that you can go. Kerbag would definitely turn to the group and he'll say, listen, I know that you guys had a lot of questions about where you are and what is going on. I don't know anyone better for you to talk to than Macnock Darkhorn. He's the chieftain of the fold. He's a very learned man. He has lots of books in his library. He might be able to answer some of your questions better.
And where is he? Roz asked.
He is up in the chieftain's manor at the far end of the path.
All right, so I tuck all these pictures away in my bag, and I start moving towards the manor.
Wait. Wasn't up to everybody?
Theren follows.
Oh, guys, come on! He's gonna complain all the way there.
We will not have need for their money for much longer. Once we find Sophia, we're out of here.
And Roz is just holding on to it. Like, she doesn't really think of it as she would think of gold. So she's not sort of hoarding it. She's just like, okay, thanks, and puts it away. Like, it's not a sort of like pilfering money from the rest of the group. Because Roz would probably just give the money to anybody in the group who would want it when they need it.
But do I hear you say that?
Yes.
I now stand in between Iceland and Roz the rest of the way wherever we're going.
I'm just gonna keep it written note that I have $500 because there's no way to have that currency in D&D Beyond.
Yes, that is true.
I've been keeping it under platinum because I didn't have any platinum.
That's a good idea. Actually, I can do that too.
That's a good idea. I'll do that too.
Not that I have any.
Ooh, or Electrum, because what the fuck's Electrum?
I don't know. That'd be good too. I just picked platinum.
All right. So as I'm walking, can I roll on these hut? Like, I don't know. Maybe this is more a question I want to ask the chieftain. I want to know, like, it's funny to me that they'd be using like synthetic materials to create what is clearly like a, I don't want to say mockery, but like a, not a like, what's the word? Like a imitation. Thank you.
Imitation. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. You guys are free to move. You're free to move around the town.
All right. Well, I'm heading straight towards the chieftain because I want to know where Sophia is. I want to see if anybody has seen anything like her.
Whoa. What happened to arrow keys?
So is the door closed? Do I have to knock?
You're waiting for everybody else.
So you can you see a sign next to the door that says "Enter on official business only."
Well, I'm official business, Roz says. She opens the door.
Theren shakes his head, sighs, and follows her in.
Sure.
I'm also gonna do that.
I'm going.
And what was the guy's name again?
Actually, no, I'm gonna
something horn.
Macnock Darkhorn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Roger's just gonna address him something horn.
Sure.
I'll make a note.
What were you saying, babe?
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go in with them.
You're gonna go with them?
I'm gonna start looking around for Sophia, but she's gonna.
Okay. What is Stumpy doing?
But
I'm gonna sniff the air to see if I can find food. So try to find the bar to get some beer.
Sure. Do you want to roll perception? An 11.
My pass is 10, so let's go with that one.
There something smells tasty coming from the north, but you're not sure exactly which house is coming from.
It's my ass.
Stumpy apparently has a very strange taste.
How dare you?
He said it was your ass, and Drew said he smelled something appetizing.
Hey man, Stumpy might be a millennial. Isn't that the kind of shit that we're into nowadays?
Yeah.
I'm not. It's gross.
Alright.
There's a difference between older millennials and younger millennials. I just decided.
Yeah, money. So Stumpy, you do smell some food. You kind of put two and two together that it's either coming out of the hunting lodge or the chieftain's manor.
Okay.
But it smells like it smells like breakfast, right? Someone's eating like some eggs, probably some nice sausage, bacon. How long has it been since Stumpy ate bacon?
Real bacon?
Oh yes, this is like fresh off the pig. Like I just walked out back and just like cut a line off of my my pig, just threw it right onto. I don't know what farm people do.
Do you know
a schoolboy?
How one retrieves the meat of bacon?
I do not. It's going to be something I'm going to learn later today.
I bet you're going to learn that tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, don't learn something. That was a very unrealistic way of getting bacon. Yeah, it's just
All right, sure. Would everyone like to go into the chieftain's house then? Is that what's going on?
I am.
Okay.
My name's Official Business.
All right, so.
Well, official business is finding Sophia and then getting the fuck out of here.
All right.
I'm gonna go to the Hunter's Lounge.
Stumpy's gonna go to the Hunter's Lodge. Okay. So, Stumpy, you are now in the Hunter's Lodge. Everyone else, you walk into the chieftain's home. You look around and you notice some kind of like very cozy furniture. You see that he himself is probably also a hunter. There seems to be lots of fish and heads of game all across the room.
Any new animals?
No new animals. The design and the cultures of this room are a little bit nicer, a little bit more modern than most of you might be used to or see. So the way that you guys would see is this just seems like a very strange looking house. Out of character, you would recognize that, leather sofas and these types of chairs might not have been very prolific in kind of like the medieval stuff that you're used to from your rail. You hear an individual kind of call up from up the stairs. Oi, whoever's there, please hold a moment. I'll be down in just a moment. You see an individual kind of walking across the hallway upstairs. Eventually, you see a man, or not a man. You see a hooligan dressed like this.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
So he's very nicely dressed, well put together. His clothes don't strike you as like very high nobility. He doesn't seem to be a person who's like very into dress, but he is still well groomed, well dressed. You might think of an equivalent might be kind of like a well dressed southerner or country folk. He's he has kind of like a rustic feel to him, the way that he carries himself, the way that he dresses. But he's still very well put together. On his side, you see that he holds a large he holds like on a larger size kind of long sword that dangles from his left leg. He comes down the stairs as he's like kind of continuing to put himself together. Well, good morning, folk. Is there something that I might be able to do for you?
So we are apparently all noticing that he's thick, and
Except Key, who's like, I wonder how much that is worth at home.
Is a little, she doesn't feel super bad about the modern look on this guy. It's not awful. It's not terrible. It takes a moment for her to compose herself, and then she says, we're not from here. We're looking for someone.
Okay. I will leave it there. I want to jump over just to Stumpy real quick. So, Stumpy, you are in the Hunter's Lodge. You see Sharn and Kerbag, who are kind of unloading some of their materials, getting ready to unload some of their meat. You notice something very strange kind of in the back. You see Sharn open a door that leads to a room that, like, to you just looks frozen. Out of character, this is like a large old-fashioned refrigerator, which you Stumpy has never seen before. And you see him kind of like loading the meat into it. Also in the hunting lodge, you see another hooligan kind of off to the corner, talking to Sharn and Kerbag. He walks over, and he puts down 2 drinks, one in front of him. He slides you an ale, and he kind of just turns to you and introduces himself as Justin. So you are given an ale by a hooligan named Justin in the tavern. with that, we will kind of jump back over to Roz. So, Roz, you just said that you're lost. You don't know anyone. Are you looking for someone?
Yes, we're looking for a child. We're looking for a child. Have you seen a child? Not my child. I'm not looking for a child. This isn't like a. I'm not suggesting that Okay, I'm gonna stop.
None of us have had any children.
Well, now I'm kind of put off. Why would you be looking for a child when you don't have one?
I mean,
he slants it. He pulls back and he narrows his eyes. Whose child are you looking for?
Not my child. Roz is very flustered at this point. Her gray skin's doing the closest approximation of a blush, and she composes herself and it's just an Ahulian child, 2 different color eyes. She's lost. We need to find her.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Actually, I wouldn't mind talking to you for a bit if you guys would like to come in for some breakfast. And he kind of motions you back, back into more of a kitchen area where you see he does have some you see that he has some sausages and eggs, a little bit of roasted potatoes cooking.
Yeah, he do.
So Stumpy, you are in the Hunter's Lodge, and you see you kind of see similar stuff to what the rest of the group is seeing. This looks like a Julian Orcish culture like you've seen before, but something about it seems new or weird or off. But yeah, you see another Ahulian kind of sit down at the Aslagian ale and introduce himself as Justin.
Okay. I'll say,
His name is Justin.
hey.
What the fuck is that?
Because Justin's the person who paid to give him an ale in chat.
Oh.
Therefore, Justin.
All hail Justin. First of his name.
Yep. He kind of. Oh, go ahead, Stumpy.
I'll go, thanks, friend. I give him a little slap on the back. And then I lean into him. Are we sitting or standing right now?
Well, it's up to you. So as you kind of came in, he is sitting down. He put an ale in front of one of the chairs near the table in the middle. He's kind of offering for you to come sit down if you like.
Okay. Then I'll sit down and join him.
Okay.
And then I'll lean into him. And I'll ask him, I said, so what's the deal with those Kurbag and Sharn brothers over there?
Kurbag, Sharn. Well, you see, they're the ones who run the hunting lodge here in the fold. They're great men, honestly. They're good hunters. They were good soldiers in the past. They've really set up this hunting lodge for the fold. Brought some prosperity to us, actually. The game around here is very valuable to the city folk to the west. Who are you? What is your name? We don't tend to see many dwarven folk come through the fold.
I'll say my name is Stumpy, and I kind of accidentally ended up here. I'm not from around here. A rogue in our group went a little medallion happy over there. And we actually from another time, or I'm not gonna say the other time because I'm still freaking out about that. I would say we're from another area. Somehow we ended up over here.
Hi, are you from the Kalpa Mountains with the rest of your folk?
I'll go, sure. That's exactly where we're from.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a deception check. You're just gonna straight up lie. Uh, 15. Okay. So what is it that brings you east to the fold? Were you part of traveling merchants? Or you lost in some way?
We're looking for a girl. An orc girl with 2 different color eyes. Have you seen her?
Yes, actually, it's surprising that you said that. We had such a girl come to our village about a night or so before you. The chieftain had ran into her just kind of in the outskirts of the town, and he brought her in. He had asked for one of the citizens here to kind of give her a place to stay, which I happily did. She stayed with me last night, but when I woke this morning, I couldn't find her anywhere. It seems that I think she got scared or worried that we were actually going to be safe for her, and she, my best guess, is ran off from the village somewhere. I'm not really sure where.
Okay, I'll mull over this and come back to it later.
Yeah, sure. So then we'll flip back to the chieftain's home. He kind of messages you guys over to come sit at the kitchen table. He kind of serves you up some eggs, sausage, potatoes, enough for he's actually cooked enough for anyone here to eat. Stumpy, same as you. You see Sharn and Kerbag are kind of like cooking up some of the meat that they brought in, cooking it up with some eggs, and they give it to you freely. They don't charge it to you or anything like that. So Mac Knock kind of motions for you guys to sit around the kitchen table, and he'll sit down with you. So who is this girl? How do you all know her if she doesn't belong to you?
She's in our
We rescued her.
We rescued her. We didn't steal her
We rescued her.
from a dungeon under a castle or anything. That's not. That's not what happened at all.
I'm gonna gently place a hand on your shoulder. We rescued her from a dire situation.
Dire situation.
Decided to stay with us.
See, we're from a place where Aholian people are not safe most of the time.
Not safe. That's sounds strange. What do you mean by that?
You're not from this country or this continent.
People from where we're from don't like our kind.
What? I'm confused. What continent doesn't like people?
People?
Key's gonna swallow real quick and then be like, look, Sharn and what's his face are gonna tell him anyway. You might as well just tell him. More food.
They're gonna tell me what?
Elf use a medallion. We're from Urail.
Do you even know where Urail is?
Or when.
How dare you?
I'm
Make a period.
I'm very confused. How are you from Urail? Nothing lives in Urail. It's a destroyed continent.
There's more life in living nature than this continent. Your planet is dying. Your Earth is dying. I see like
I don't. I'm very confused.
So are we. Welcome to the club.
But Urail has quite a bit of life. We're not quite as advanced in our technology, maybe. But, you know, all of our plants are alive. That's our plus. Their magic is flowing freely, and it's not terrible.
I don't know. I burnt a lot of the plants back home, but
And I will fix them. I could fix the plant.
I'm very confused. I don't understand. You see, Urail was a continent that was destroyed by us. We left it because it was no longer suitable for life. I don't understand how life has come back. How did that happen?
So Key's gonna stop chewing for a second because finally she's heard something interesting. How did you motions kind of back to Roz and to him destroy Ureo.
I mean, I don't mean me personally or myself. Ureo was destroyed by the Urdosian society millennia ago. Our people had to leave that continent because it was no longer suitable for life.
So Raz decides, those two other Ahul didn't know who Mithras was. I'm gonna ask this guy, have you heard of Mithras? I forget the fucking title, hold on. It's in the old game, I can't look it up! Whatever, it's the Overlord, I don't know.
Mithras.
Yeah, it's in the other launch.
Oh, right, it is.
Theren asks,
I have that.
what
Hang
about, or the name Praxia?
Yeah. What? Tell me what to do.
Oh my god.
It's strange. Those names ring a bell, but there's no way that they mean the same thing to both of us.
Try me.
He kind of he goes back. He stands up, and you see him kind of walk out into the next room, which is a study of sorts. And he grabs a book off the shelf, and he's kind of like walking back to you as he flips it open, kind of like turns across some pages as reading through it. Well, you see, when our kind left Urael, the Urdosians, when the Urdosians left Urael, there was a band of fanatics, a group that said that we deserved to live in this barren wasteland that we had created, and they said that it would not be fair or just in the world if we just sailed and destroyed another continent with our technology or production. The leader of the group, legend has it that the leader of the group referred to himself as Mithras, but there's no way that that same man could be alive for thousands of years. This is ancient Urdosian history.
Let's be clear here. Have you ever been in the ruins on this continent?
Which ones?
The ruins of Cenas. Cenas.
Aye, yes, those are the ruins that are just a little southeast of our town, are they not?
Indeed.
Yes, rumor has it that they used to be a old landing site, a form of teleportation as some of the individuals were moving from Urael to Urdos.
Right. So first question. Do you know anyone who might know how to work that technology? Second question. I may have accidentally used a very similar technology that transported not only in space, but time. See, when we left, it was the year 321 of the Third Age. And now... And she's kind of looking around and being like, now, I heard you have flying machines.
Do you not have airships where you're from?
I had
Was that one?
Someone took it. It was mine. So briefly mine. Wait, so technology?
Yeah, so he turns to Yuki. Well, you must understand that whatever type of instrument you have been using would most definitely be banned for use anywhere in Urdos, except for maybe a couple of different groups. The first being some of the learned, technologically savvy lore masters and technicians from the Terrace Academy up in the mountains. The second is a highly regulated magical group that call themselves the Sentients. They take place in a large wizard's tower in the forest, far south from here. Those would be the only two individuals who are allowed to use magic.
Now, the Sentience, is that Shepard's group?
Oh, absolutely not. Shepard's group are his own men. They just simply refer to themselves as the Flock. They've holed themselves up in a fortress to the east.
Why is everybody so against magic here?
Why is what?
Everyone against magic.
Well, you see, magic to some people is a very dangerous power.
And there's a person.
Could be a good power, sometimes it's not. We have no need for magic. Magic is unstable and dangerous compared to modern technology.
Theren interrupts. So you said you wanted to talk about Sophia?
Yes, of course. So, you see, we did have a girl, just as you described, come into the village just last night. She seemed very, very scared. She also seemed very dangerous.
Dangerous how?
Oh, she is dangerous.
She was
I interrupt.
clearly a magic user. When she came to town and a few of us approached her to help, she started preparing some kind of spell in her hand, something to defend herself. After we explained that we were here to help, she lowered her guard, but I, as the chieftain of the village, still had to do something if someone's going to begin to cast magic in the middle of my town. So I left her with one of my trusted friends and advisors in the town. His name is Justin.
Where is he now, and where is she?
I don't know. The last I knew, she was in Justin's care.
Where is Justin?
He has a home just a tier below my house here in the village. You can generally find him spending his time drinking in the hunting lodge just next door.
I believe I'll go look for him.
Does Theren step out at that moment?
Theron's gonna get up and thank you for your help, chieftain. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Elf.
And Theren gives him a polite nod, and turns to leave.
Yeah, I follow.
As you guys
want to know if I'm in this book.
As you guys are walking away, he does. He kind of is like, hold on. I must ask you. You say that you're from Urea.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Oh.
Is there something you want to ask?
No, I don't understand how a continent that was, at least in legend, so clearly destroyed would be made alive with such creatures or plants again.
Did we just tell him that we went through space and time?
From the past.
Does he not understand we're from the past?
How do you know that you traveled in time?
We asked what year it was.
Oh wait, I know.
Arn said
Let's
it was
see if I'm in this book.
28. Yes, read the book.
Yeah, if you motion for him to like pass you the book, he'll hand you the book.
All right, give me that book.
Actually,
Okay.
Drew, are you reading? Are you
what?
reading the chat? Because sometimes we're saying that we do things in the chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I have not been.
Oh, that's
So I emoted that I took the book from him, kind of, and passed it to Roz already
Gotcha.
while he was talking.
Yeah, so I'm looking at a bunch of stuff as we go. I'll make sure to keep look at the chat. Yeah, so if you guys have the book and you're kind of reading through it, so the book looks like it looks like a history book. It talks about how the Urdosians had what's up? It talks about how the Urdosians had eventually found their continent to be unstable, unlivable. It talks about a civilization in dire straits as they hurriedly and in a emergency kind of build together these large ironclad ships in order to sail away to a new continent. It does discuss a radical group that broke off of the civilization of the Urdosians, headed by a man who referred to himself as Mithras, and they moved away from the rest of civilization somewhere to the east, never to be heard of again.
Anything about any nobility?
What'd you say?
Anything about the lines of mobility?
Nope.
No.
So Macnock will. Let's see if he's smart enough. Oh yeah, he's very smart. Macnock will say, "Well, I think it's important not to give too much credence to some calendars. We have to remember that if you look at the history of different races, sometimes different races, religions work off of different types of calendars. Just because it is 1428 here and it was 3 something where you came from, doesn't necessarily mean that you've traveled in time."
Except for I served Mithras for a long time. Himself, I've seen him, we've met, I served him, I set things on fire. It happened, it was real, I swear.
Well, I mean, clearly a man can't be alive for millennia unless he taps into some type of powerful magic I might not know about. It could also be possible that Mithras is a title that's simply passed down from generations.
Well, between you and me, I hope that motherfucker's dead.
Honestly, I would be surprised if you knew what any magic was.
So wait, is it not the year 1428 right now?
1428, yes.
Okay, so when I went to sleep 3 days ago, it was 321.
Same.
In a different continent and country, though. Clearly, they do not have any gods. They've been forsaken, and so they're going off some different calendar. The possibility exists. The Earth is dying.
Well, you have to consider if you talk to the dwarves of this continent, who were an ancient race before we were even here, they would say that the year is 2600 something.
Okay.
I give up. I'm finding Sophia. He's never going to believe us. It's fine.
This is over
I leave.
Keith's head.
All right, well, I wish you luck in finding your friend. Again, please do not make the same mistake she did. If anyone casts any type of magic out in the open air,
Magic.
even healing magic has been found to backfire from time to time, my dear elf. Nothing is more stable or reliable than science and technology.
As Roz gets to leave,
As she leaves, she makes that laugh, that exact laugh.
Okay.
as Roz is leaving, Key's gonna just ask loud enough that Roz can hear. So, did Mrs. Darkhorn cook all this food, or are you the chef, or? And she's gonna keep eating. She's getting up to go. She's just like cooking a bear, so to speak.
You're asking him if he cooked all the food?
Yeah, or Mrs. Darkhorn was her first question.
If Mrs. Darkhorn. I know there's no Mrs. I had a wife in my younger days, but unfortunately I lost her to a disease.
Looks pointedly at Iceland. That's too bad, isn't it?
Somebody had been there to cast cure disease. And I smack her on the backside of the head.
Me?
Yeah.
So.
Hey!
Okay.
Perhaps 2 more sausages.
Theren already left and is heading toward the hunting lodge.
Okay.
Roz is behind him.
Sure.
You can look as good as you want, but if you're spouting out nonsense. I don't want any of it. And that's what she's gonna say. She walks out.
Did she say that?
Oh, she fucking does.
All right, so you guys head out to the fold. You see that the hunting lodge is just next door of the chieftain's house. So you guys go over and you go inside. You see Stumpy, who is well, actually everyone's here, so this is kind of what you see. Again, the hunting lodge is in a orcish or a Hoolian type culture, but it seems to be made out of like different types of material. Roz, you would know that this isn't natural material, so this has been created through some kind of obviously some kind of like using of nature. These Aholians seem very comfortable with building, lumberjacking. These Aholians seem very comfortable using nature to their whim. Yeah, it is a hunting lodge, so you're going to see heads of different animals kind of all around the wall. You see...
Any of them?
No. You see Stumpy sitting at the table in the middle, who appears to be having an ale with his new Aholian friend.
Are those goblin heads on the back wall?
They are.
We didn't really survive. We died.
Do we see anybody else besides Stumpy and?
Yeah. So if you look
around, Justin.
If you look around, you see you just see Sharn and Kerbag are kind of like walking around serving food, just kind of doing some stuff around the hunting lodge. You see the two of them, and then it's just the two of them and Justin and Stumpy who are sitting in the middle table.
And when I see them, I'll react to say, "It's like good news, guys! I found Sophia.
What?
Well, I know where she was last.
Is there a Justin in here, Stumpy?
This is Justin.
Justin!
And he kind of like looks around and he holds an ale up and he says, I don't know if I can afford to give all your drinks."
No, that's all right. Just point us to Sophia. Where's she at?
Are you asking that to Stumpy?
Yeah, you're asking that to me, or you're asking that to Justin? I could say she was at his house last night. I think the best thing to do is to go to his house and see if we can pick up her trail.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Can I? If you guys are going to my house, can I come with you to my own home?
Sure, lead the way.
Okay. So keep in mind, you guys are just like sitting at a table, and this guy's like, "Yeah, I housed her," and you all just collectively go, "All right, we're going to his house," and start walking out the door. All right. So let's go ahead and add a token for Justin. I don't actually have a picture of him, so I'm just gonna have to use the actual orc. Alright. This will be Justin for now. He introduces himself as Justin Rockdasher. Alright. So you guys all leave the house, and he kind of just leads you along the path to his home, which is on a tier below. So his house is the one in the middle. He kind of motions to you and he says, "You're more than welcome to come inside. I don't think I have any food or anything prepared. I live by myself. I don't."
Roz, help! Help.
Roz doesn't really care what's going on with you guys right now. She's just like visibly really needs to see Sophia's stat.
This is the last time I comfort anybody.
Yeah. So he opens his door if you guys want to go inside of his house. I don't have a picture for his house, but it's laid out as just like a very cozy home. It's just a few rooms. You see that he has like a central, what appears to be like a study living room area. Some bookshelves kind of line the walls. He has a kitchen cooking area, different dirty like pots and plates kind of are dirtied along the side. His house is like very nice, but it's not very well kept. So like as you come in, he's like moving and cleaning stuff up. He's like knocking stuff underneath of his chair. But he's like, yeah, please feel free to come in, make yourself at home.
So I come in like a fucking wrecking ball, screaming out Sophia's name. Sophia!
Theren says to him, "What room was she staying in?"
She was staying. She was actually just staying on the couch out here. I didn't feel it appropriate for her to be in my bedroom or anything weird like that.
I wasn't implying anything. Theren goes to look for any clues.
Sure.
Why is she not here? Roz says, freaking out.
Go ahead and roll either perception or investigation.
Perception. My investigation.
Would you like
Crap.
to know?
Alright. Perception 18.
18. Okay. Yeah, so you kind of start to look around. You're doing like the whole CSI thing, right? Looking around for any kind of like clues or anything that you might find. You look at the couch where she was sleeping. You can almost, with your senses, you can actually fairly make out the scent of Sophia. You actually see some kind of like strands of her hair that definitely don't belong to Justin. You look over the chair. You look over the blanket and just kind of like some of the surrounding areas of the couch. The way that stuff is kind of like moved around, it definitely appears as if Sophia was maybe pretending to be asleep, but she tried very quietly to leave in the middle of the night. You see some footprints that lead up to a window that leads out of the back of the house.
Theren turns to leave and go follow the footprints outside.
Can
He
Ronan
motions to
try-
Iceland, bring Rhonin. We might be able to find her.
Okay.
Yeah, I was typing that in the chat.
Sure.
Kim Ronan, I'm gonna. So I come in and I have Ronan. I'm like, what?
Okay.
And I start like talking to him like very like a dog mom thing, like.
Talking to Ronan. Okay.
I'll do a good step.
While she does that, I go over to the window outside and see if I can pick up the footprints.
I just keep calling her name, becoming a little more and more ragey looking.
Oh god. We're gonna find her. It's gonna be okay. Please don't hold me.
Except
gonna
for
be
I
fine.
can see like her eyes are starting to well up. Nobody's ever seen Roz cry, but it looks like it might happen.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit, I don't know how to deal with this.
Okay.
Is Ronan doing a good snap?
Yeah, so you want me to roll? I rolled for Ronan. Okay. So yeah, you take Ronan. Maybe you like give him the blanket that Sophia was in, right, so that she could sniff it. So you use Ronan and Theren. You guys are following the tracks. Let me move you back to the map.
Good boy. My special.
So you guys continue to. Let's put you up here. Oh, it's weird. Yeah, you guys continue to follow the tracks, even outside of the city. They lead out onto the road. But then you notice something strange. You notice that as her footprints kind of lead out to the road, you notice several other footprints that all kind of like clumped together where she was. You see those footprints kind of all come together into like a mismatch of prints into the middle of the road. You lose Sophia's footprints kind of in that mess, and then you see footprints that lead off onto the east and onto the west. Neither of them are hers. Theren, you're kind of putting two and two together that she appeared to be running out of the town, found herself on the road, and then some group must have either came and either grabbed her or put them on like someone's back, or maybe put them onto a horse or a wagon, as lots of these different types of footprints all lead to the east or the west.
Can I tell?
I didn't know which way.
Does what?
Does Rhonin know? He's been a good boy.
So no, you see Rhonin kind of sniffing around to that area, and then he comes back and kind of sits and looks at you. He has lost the scent.
Can Theren tell if any of the
Ruined.
Go ahead, Theren.
Can Theren tell if any of the footprints were around the same age as her footprints?
Yeah,
Or
give
are
me.
there too many to be able to tell?
No, give me a perception check.
Almost.
So 16.
Yeah, past the 16.
You notice to the east what appear to be very large adult footprints. Some are Ohulian, some are human, some are dwarven. They're all kind of mixed. That head to the east. Heading to the west are again a mix of footprints. This time there are a couple that are around the size of Sophia's, almost like a child's. But they are, you can actually tell the difference. They are not Sophia's. They might be like a young humans or maybe a halflings.
I don't think he meant age, like, of the people.
No,
I think he
I meant like how recent they were.
Oh, you're just saying like how recent the footprints are?
Yeah, like if I can tell if like a lot of them are old, but then like, you know, there's some fresh ones that were like the same time as hers.
Yeah, gotcha. You notice that Sophia's footprints leading to the middle are older. Are older.
Yeah.
The ones going east and west are more recent.
Like significantly more recent.
The ones heading to the east are a mix of very recent, almost like maybe within the last 2 or 3 hours. There are some heading to the east that are a little bit older, maybe a couple hours like after Sophia, so they might be like a half a day to a day old. The ones heading west are around the same as Sophia's. They were made last night.
I say to the rest of the group, most of the footprints going east look too recent to be Sophia's. There's a cluster here that look to be around the same time as hers. We should head west.
East was the shepherd. West leads eventually northwest to the tourist academy.
There's also a city far to the west.
I have a southwest, he's looking at her map, Lathander in the southwest, that one?
Mm-hmm.
And Aegida in the far west, where there are flying machines, she points out.
For now, we should follow the road and follow the footprints.
Follow
See
you?
how far we can track them.
She's
Alright.
gonna kind of reach and try and help Roz up.
All right. So you guys want to follow the tracks west. So we are now leaving the fold, and we're going to start heading. You guys are going to try to follow the tracks. So if you guys are now leaving as a group, I am going to need someone to give me a survival check. I'm going to assume probably Theren, to lead the way to follow the it doesn't have to be Theren, but someone has to give me a survival check to try to follow the tracks and figure out which way that we're going. Someone else will need to give me a perception check as the lookout, and then a third person, I need you to roll Just a d20 to see what kind of encounter you might get.
6.
What roll are you doing?
Whatever that encounter one was.
So you're gonna roll for the encounter with a 6.
What were the other two choices?
Fucking dare you.
The other
Survival
two
and
choices
perception.
are survival to follow along the feet, see which way you go, or perception to watch out in case you run into anything.
Well, if it's perception, she can take her passive, right?
I'm better at surviving than perceiving.
I'm pretty.
Oh, that's a mood.
There, that's the key. See if you can follow the tracks any closer.
Alrighty.
You are.
I'll keep lookout.
15.
All right, so that's the 15 is
I'm also going to look out.
the 15 is tracking. The 1 is perception, right?
Okay.
I have a passive 16 perception.
Oh, right.
I
Okay.
rolled a 19, so
For what?
I was also going to look out.
All right, so we'll have a 19 for a lookout,
It's actually like a 23.
23 for a lookout,
That's
24 for a lookout. Okay.
Mhm.
Key, you're following the tracks. How quick are we moving? Are we moving fast speed, average speed, slow speed?
Fast, because
At
I'm
this point,
mad.
We're probably moving fast.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Fingers crossed. I don't lose these tracks.
I need to roll again.
No one blame me.
Nope. All right. Let me think for a second.
But we roll at disadvantage.
No, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our break here, like a quick 5-minute break, because I'm gonna use the restroom. I have to. You guys are going a different way than I thought you were gonna go, so I have to put some stuff together.
You implied that she went this way. What did you expect?
You did. That's what the footprint said.
Okay.
You specific. That's why he asked the age of the footprints. The ones
The
that were
ones
there
that
around the
inside
same time
Sophia's
as
went west.
hers went west.
Are you saying that we A, picked the wrong way, or B, you weren't planning on letting us find Sophia?
Who
We don't
knows?
get to know that. Okay.
Nope.
I'm gonna grab a snack then. Wait, how much longer are we gonna play? Because I don't know how much snack to get.
I'm having thinking minutes.
Okay. Michelle?
You know that I can conjure animals now. I can conjure them.
Jaden?
Look, you could have given me 8. You could have given me 8.
Well, they're gone. Alright.
I could have been a reef shark. Could have been a shark, a giant goat, a crocodile. You did give me giant wasp. Awesome. Cool. Love it. Salty as fuck. Wait, a giant wolf? What the fuck is that shit? Is giant wolf different from wolf? Babe.
I'm doing a lot of stuff, babe. Please.
Oh dear God.
You okay, Pickles? You okay?
What is that noise? I wouldn't recommend doing that in front of anybody else.
Do you think we picked the wrong way?
No, so you guys didn't really go the wrong way.
Did Rhonin?
It could have gone either way, kind of.
Did Rhonin actually roll well and find the way that you weren't expecting us to find?
No, honestly, I didn't think that we were gonna get this far tonight.
Oh.
Wow.
Usually you guys spend more time RPing, so.
Well, we want to find Sophia.
I know.
I also practice being quiet. Because I really could have cut that out. I mean, we could have made that a whole thing.
Yeah,
no, you're fine.
Yeah, absolutely made that whole thing. If you wanted us to, babe. God, I wish I could just know all of these spells. They're all really fucking good. But I'm still gonna use plant growth before we leave. Like, I'm still gonna fucking
What level are you guys?
Now we are
5?
5.
How much XP do we have at level 5?
We have 7. Hang on. 7131 total XP.
So if I went from 6,500, how much more would I add to be where we're at?
So that's 631.
Okay, they started moving again. They're at the Allentown rest stop.
It says there's an accident here. Like, just at,
We are very far away from our party.
but after that,
But I have a lot of HP. That's nice. My stats are going.
there's like no dad. Like,
I'm really good at handling animals. Wow.
My sleight of hand is the bomb. I should have stolen something from that dude's house.
Yeah, probably should have.
What do you mean? Alright. Alright.
I have some really fucking cool stuff there, but... I'm real excited.
I have uncanny dodge, so I won't die so much.
I have speak with plants. I can talk to the plants. I can walk on water.
He can talk to plants, just nothing happens after that.
I can walk on water. I'm like fucking Jesus. And I can enrich the land for an entire year and create twice as much harvest.
This thing could probably use it.
Yeah, they probably could. Too bad they're not gonna fucking get it.
Well, if we change the past, they'll do better.
Well, I doubt it. They're the worst. I don't know why I would do flame arrows instead of flame spear. What is the best? Just need casting it. You touch a quiver containing arrows and bolts. When it hits the target, you then use your action from the quiver. The target takes an action when you set it up. Yeah, I don't care about that.
There we go.
Oh, lightning. I'm gonna call fucking
Alright, almost there, guys. Give me a second. I'm very sorry. I think I'm just going to spend like the $800 to buy absolutely everything from D&D Beyond.
Oh my god.
I think that's what I'm going to do.
You don't need everything.
I need everything.
Why?
When's your birthday, Drew?
That's probably only a quarter of what your dress was, Corinne. Let him do it.
February 19th.
No, it was not.
Oh my god, your birthday and my brother's birthday are the same.
Yeah, I thought didn't we have this conversation?
I feel like we did. I knew it was in February. I just didn't know what day. Well, I'll buy you something on D&D Beyond. What do you want?
I don't know. I'll have to actually see.
I bought the player's
Okay.
handbook.
Pick something.
But I get feats.
If you buy stuff, get like all the animals. And all the
Alright,
races.
copy.
Things that you can eat. Because there's some ones we can't pick that exist. That I
Just a few more moments. We're almost there. Almost there.
so close. Alright.
Let's get
I want to buy you Xanther's Guide to Everything. However much that is.
Is that a
has the
one-off?
most stuff.
Your site was really confusing. I ended up just all I really needed was the handbook to get the feats and spells and crap.
Alright, let me run the restroom and then we'll be good to go.
It covers downtime too.
Yeah. What else did I get?
And honestly, it gives him a lot of DM tools if I buy Xanther's.
Yeah. Michelle, we still have to, can you help me make the one shot I want to make for him? Is she not there?
She's there.
Okay. He's not listening. Oh, wait, no, he might be listening.
Yeah, he closed his head.
No, he took it off. Lee, Michelle. I mean,
She's not. Michelle. Michelle.
Ross.
She has the game muted.
Michelle.
Does Theren also have the game muted?
No, but she's doing something right now.
God, they're like making me panic. Like they're just so unclear when they talk about them. Whatever. He said the call's not important, so I'm gonna believe him. He was like, "Are you home?" I was like, "Why? It's 11:15 at night." He's like, "Can we call?" And I'm like, "Is it important?" And he wouldn't answer. And my mom's like, "He said it's fine. It's not important." And now I feel really uncomfortable.
Then call him real quick.
Yeah, do you need to call someone?
No, my parents are just being weird. They were stuck in traffic for 3 hours, so I think they're going insane.
Gotcha. Alright. I just have to find your tokens. The fold. Here we are. That sounds cool.
It does.
Whew, okay. I'm back.
Okay.
Hi, Michelle. Welcome.
Hi.
We still have to work together to create his one shot.
Okay.
I have no idea how to do that.
All right. What is the order you guys are walking in?
I'm in front because y'all are trying to keep up with me.
Roz is in front, teary-eyed, charging forward.
I'll be right behind her, trying to follow the tracks and like turn her the right direction.
Okay.
Whose turn?
I'm just in a constant Reinhardt charge. I have to be guided.
Yep.
Nice.
Theron's not far behind them,
Okay.
Trying to keep a lookout, but
So I have
also very
Roz.
focused on finding Sophia.
I have Roz and then Key. Theron's not far behind. Okay.
I'm also, but I'm very upset about how they.
Okay. Stumpy, where do you want to be?
I'll take up the rear.
Yeah, you will.
Why are you the worst?
I'm not the worst. I'm actually just the best. You just don't know it yet. You should know it because you're marrying me. Am I not the best around? Because no one's ever gonna bring me down.
Alright,
I'm 3 on perception.
All right, so
You gave me something I already had.
I thought I could give you something. There was nothing else I could find. I'll dig into it.
Give me an 8.
And I thought about it. I honestly thought about it, but I just couldn't make it work with the bio. I was like, shit, I should just give her an 8 because that would be really cool. But
Girl, you gotta let it go. You gotta
Is
let
that
it go.
special ice?
all right,
What?
Is that special shaped ice?
No, just regular ice.
all right. So you guys, here is the map of Yurdos. You guys are going to be continuing to explore and find stuff. All right. So you guys continue to follow the footsteps.
Did you?
That looks like south and not west.
Well, you're not going west, right? Aren't you going with the footsteps?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the footsteps start west, they turn south.
Okay.
1, 2. So I'm gonna give you there you go. So you guys are right about there. You're just coming up to the bridge.
Looks like there's a town up ahead. Can we see that?
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, you can make out just the edge of a town. So you guys are walking up to a bridge. What was the perception that was rolled? It was fairly high, right?
Yeah.
23, I think she said.
24.
24. All right.
Maybe you're perceiving bad guys.
Yeah. So this
You guys are riding a griffin.
this map is this map is going to be a little small, but you guys are going to see the bad guys before they see you. So you can make off on the distance. You can make out in the distance what appears to be a river with a bridge over it. You see. Right. You see. Yeah. So actually, let me move him to the token layer. So you see a few things. The first you notice on the north side of the bridge, you see you actually see what Pipes was. You see a very tall construct. This one doesn't look as nice or well put together as Pipes. This one looks very kind of like beat up. He's not wearing any clothes. Yes, it is that guy right there. You see next to him, you see a small goblin dressed in kind of somewhat nice steampunk clothes. Almost looks like he might be a merchant of some kind. You see across the bridge, two goblins that are similar to the ones that you've seen before, which are holding like these kind of big looking rifles. And then, babe, you can just barely make out what appears to be some kind of mangy looking mage who is
Mage?
yeah, he's dressed in like wizardy like clothing. He's hiding in a bush, kind of like watching the people near the bridge.
So they can use magic.
Well, if he's mangy looking, maybe he's an outlaw.
I thought he said like a mage.
Yeah, he's a mangy
looking mage.
Yeah. So to you, it looks like someone who might use magic, but he looks pretty like beat up. There's also just like something strange about him, the way that he's like moving his head and he like kind of like looking around.
Is that all the music? I look very disappointed. I'm like, is that all the magic you use around? I mean, it's...
Why? What magic? What do you see?
Yeah. That's deep.
There's no harm in trying.
God, this is so cute. You guys seeing this?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
What's going on?
The kitties, look at Theren.
Aww. That's adorable.
So, in light of what Iceland said, Key's gonna... Hi. Okay, you do it.
We're hoping to get across the bridge as we were searching for a friend of ours.
Yeah.
He looks offended, like I'm not charismatic.
So you see the goblin kind of like reorganize his vest and like tie in a bit, but in a very very bad way. He's trying to look nice, but he's kind of very disheveled. He kind of bounds up to you. Well, he says, "Well, hi there, elf lady. What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go? You're trying to cross this bridge here." Oh well, yeah. You know, I might be able to help you out with that. You see, there's just a tiny little issue with my bridge here. You see, you're gonna have to pay if you're gonna want to go over it.
I'm gonna wait. Can I? After she asks that, I'm gonna ask her something.
Wait, how did she get in front of me? I wasn't paying attention. Don't step in front of an angry orc. Have you learned anything?
We're handling this diplomatically.
No, you're not.
He says, it's not really going to cost you all that much. I don't know, maybe 75 crowns for each of you.
The heck is a crown?
Does Stumpy say that?
Yeah, I say that out loud.
How's the crown? Stumpy starts pulling out some crayons.
Theren motions to Rise. Don't you have a whole stack, or whispers to Rise? Don't you have a whole stack that they gave you back in the village?
What?
Don't you have a whole stack of crowns they gave you back at the village?
Are those crowns?
Those.
So she's angry. I'm asking in character for the record. For the record, everybody, that was an in-character comment. So I'm kind of still too angry to really talk well. So I just take a whole crumpled pile of it and just kind of throw it at Theren.
Key's gonna gather it up and then be like, "Can I give it to him?" And she's gonna try and give.
I threw it at Theren though. Like I gave it to Theren.
Oh, okay. I'm asking Theren then. I'm gonna give him like a significant look, like let me try something then.
Theren nods. Just
okay.
You know.
Okay. I am
By
going
all
to
means.
attempt to show him that it's the total amount that he wants, but then sleight of hand so that it's less.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
28.
That's pretty high.
Okay. So, how much are you going to give him? Are you holding like 500? Are you holding all the crowns right now?
So he asked for 75 each, right? So that's 375, and I have smaller bills on me that I collected earlier. So what I'm gonna do is kind of exchange. So it's the same number of notes, but a much smaller denomination. Does that make sense?
Same number of notes, but it's
So like the same, like say I was giving him $500, that's 5 bills, but now I've exchanged so that the top bill is still what he saw, but all the bottom ones are ones, so to speak.
okay. Yeah, sure. So how much do you give to him?
I end up giving him let's see. I'll make the top one 100 just to make it like convincing. So the top one's 100, and then all the others are ones. So
How
it's
many are there?
104. No, let's say because I was trying to make 375, right? So that should be 300, a 50, and a 25. Yeah. So I do 104.
So 104, and how many actual bills are there?
5 either way. 5 if I had given him 375, 5 if I had given him 104. So I show him 375 and really give him 104.
Right. So you're giving him 100 and then 4 ones.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you kind of you do. What do you say to him?
I say thank you kindly for allowing us the usage of your bridge, good sir.
All right. So he kind of just looks at it and he grabs the crowns and he's like, yes, thank you. It was yeah, very nice doing business with you. And he just kind of turns around, steps down.
He's gonna like nod like quickly. Let's go.
Yep. And we're gonna go right now.
All right. As Stumpy walks by,
Stop. Where you
okay,
are.
okay, that's where I was.
Stumpy, where were you gonna walk by?
this is the goblin dude here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him real fast if he saw a young orc come by this way.
Okay. So as you get ready to walk up and ask him a question, so you did hand him that much money, right?
Uh-oh.
But you have to think this is 100 and then like 4 ones. So it doesn't take him very long to grab
That's
it.
why I tried to get everyone to go fast.
Start counting it. Yeah, so you guys, some of you guys got past the bridge. So as you guys end where you are, he turns around to his group and he shouts out, "Hey, stop them! They're swindling us!" And we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
Dang it, that was a really good roll. We could have ran.
If you would have given him like lots and lots of ones, I would have just let you go. Like if it was still maybe like
Oh, I thought it was
however much.
convincing though. Like maybe he would have just.
Because it was her money to begin with. And she would have just fucking paid the toll if you guys wanted to be diplomatic about it. Now we're fighting anyway.
We'll get it back. I'll get it back for you.
All right.
If she says that out loud, Key says that.
I don't want it back. I want Sophia.
Oh, well then let's run. We can run faster than these guys.
All right.
But not right away.
Apparently.
I got a net one. Can other people in the area like see us? Or is this area secluded away from a city? Hello?
I can't answer any questions right now.
Of course not.
Give him a second. He's doing the rolls.
You multitask for that. You can.
Actually, no, before even that. Alright. see. Kerbag.
Why?
Oh, that was really stupid. Oh well. Alright. We got Roz. We got an Iceland. We got a Theren. We got a key. We got a Stumper. Right. We got a golem. I'm just gonna put the goblins together. So the two goblins. So goblin gunners. I'll just put gunners.
Can you give them colors when you get a chance?
Yes, I will.
All right, thanks.
Gunners, and then Captain.
Oh, I'm gonna run.
The golem is the construct.
Yes. And then I gotta add one more person. Someone who the chat paid for. All right. Yeah. So again, anyone in the chat?
They didn't decide.
Anyone in the chat? For Siege of Avalon, we don't allow you to do any crazy negative stuff. But if you want to go ahead and give advantage or help out any of the adventurers, you can spend the XP that you earn from watching the stream. Roz, what was your initiative?
14.
14. Oh. Iceland.
1.
Theren.
22.
22. We're gonna what's his name? Ronin's gonna go on your turn, babe. Key?
6.
Stumper.
15.
Right.
A question.
Yes.
Are we close enough to a town with my 24 perception that if I were to use magic, people in a city I would be like, oh, there's somebody using magic illegal?
No, you feel like you are out of range of everyone except for the man who's hiding in the bush.
You brought her chicken.
Do I know about the man hiding in the bush?
Yeah, you see him.
Which man? Wait, where?
To the north, up here.
Ah!
Alright.
The mangy mage.
The mangy looking mage.
Yeah, that's that.
Alright. So we start off with Theren.
Alrighty, Theren is going to.
I'm gonna, as people give advantage in the stream, I'm just gonna type it in the chat so I'm not constantly interrupting you.
Alright, Theron's going to charge the closest one, the blue gunner, and we're gonna open with a melee attack. Wait, no, +7 now. Alright.
Alright, so
12 hit.
melee
Probably
attack
not.
to which guy?
Blue goblin gunner.
Blue goblin.
Does not hit.
12 does not hit. Nope.
Damn. Gonna attack him again. So
Okay.
we get 2 attacks now.
It's fucking nuts. But then again,
19 hit.
19 hits. Yeah, go ahead and roll for damage.
All right. 6 plus 4. Wow. I'm also going to use. Don't want to do that. Yeah. I'm going to use it. No. I'll just go with another bonus unarmed strike after that. 18 hit.
18 hits. Yeah, roll for damage.
Another 8 to him.
All right, so this is 18 damage to the blue guy.
Yep.
All right. What do your attacks look like?
Basically a flurry of punches and then a spinning back roundhouse kick to the head.
All right. For what we say, 18 damage to the blue guy. Yeah. So you see the monk kind of jump up, roundhouse kick him straight into the head for 18 damage. As the goblin gets smacked in the side of the head, and you hear this kind of noise.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? What kind of noise did it make? Okay.
All right. Anything else there?
That is the end of my turn.
All right. Next up will be the captain or the goblin to the east. He is going to pull out a. Oh wait, he's right next to Stumpy. So he's just going to pull out his great sword, and he's going to start swinging at Stumpy for an 18. Twice. Does 18 hit you, Stumpy?
Nope.
You're 20, right?
Yep.
God damn. Yeah. So as the goblin just starts like smacking his sword against Stumpy, part of your armor catches one as your shield blocks the other. The two gunners are going to take aim at Roz and take aim at Theren. The red one is going to aim at Roz. Roz, does a 20 hit you?
Sure does.
And Theren, does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. Roz, let me look up what I need to roll against you. Alright. Roz, you take... You take 9 points of damage as the one to the north of you just kind of aims, fires as you feel a bullet kind of graze past your shoulder, but it definitely like cuts up some of your skin. Next up is Stumpy.
All right. I will turn to him and say, "Whoopsie!" I'm gonna just sprint past him. He'll get an attack of opportunity as I go running by.
Okay.
I'm gonna head 50 feet over here.
Oh, you can go faster now.
He misses you for a 9.
Okay. I'm just running. That's a main action.
Oh.
I do have a pot that makes you run faster, but I didn't really need it. Alright, and that's pretty much the end of my turn.
Alright. Next up is Roz.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna angrily turn and face the guy who had the audacity to shoot at me right now. I'm going to rage first, as one does. Although we could all argue that I was already definitely in some sort of emotional rage. And that'll do +2 melee. I'm gonna roll to attack with the long sword. Am I within 5 feet? I don't think I am. Oh!
You can move a little bit, can't you?
I know, but doesn't that take up a whole action?
No,
Moving's free.
Oh shit! I've been playing around this whole time!
You get to move every turn.
Well, I move within 5 feet. And I roll 2 hit.
Have you been using an action to move since we've been playing D&D?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. But absolutely.
How have you guys survived?
Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh shit, my add-on's not working. I gotta type it all out. 28 plus 4. Wait, it's the only one I'm brandishing, so 1d10 plus 4, bitches. +2, so 10.
All right, so what are you swinging at him with?
Long sword, but I'm gonna use a second attack.
Okay.
So I gotta roll to hit again, right?
Yeah, 10 damage. Yes, you do.
Does 27? No, 20.
Yeah,
Crit?
so that crits. Go ahead and roll for damage. We're gonna double the dice.
Plus, this is also very overwhelming right now. I'm very confused.
Take your time.
Plus 4, and then this is plus 2, 12?
So it'd be 12 plus 4, so it'd be 16 more damage to the red guy. Yeah, so what are your-
26 damage total.
Yeah. So what are your two weapons, Raz?
I'm just using the longsword as a two-hander right now. I get 2 attacks per action now.
We all get
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so you see
I don't.
you see Roz like hacking and slashing with her longsword. You see the second hit, you actually see her kind of like come down and take off a couple of fingers from the goblin as he screams out in pain.
And it is just very roughly, too, because it's a new weapon for me. From a more civilized age, I'm not quite trained with it. Even though I am, though. I'm proficient with it, technically.
Gotcha.
Used to handling this one.
All right.
Not used to handling a big
It's
sword.
a different weight. Oh.
You hear this goblin turn over to the large construct, and he calls out, "Hey, bundles, do your job!" You see, let's see.
I'm so burning this bridge.
Yes,
Burning the fucking bridge.
I'll jump right off. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna burn the fucking bridge.
Doesn't blow up that fast. Do you have time to get off?
No, the construct is little arrows coming right for me.
So he's going to move.
Because you're literally the one that caused this problem.
That robot doesn't know that.
Yeah, I think he just told
Yeah, so you're gonna see this giant construct kind of start like onto the bridge. He is going to reach Key, and he is going to swing at you with his giant arms from both sides. Key, he's gonna swing at you for 8 and 26. I'm assuming the 26 hits you.
The 26 hits.
Okay.
The 8 does not.
All right. Go ahead and
No? Getting a little better?
give me a strength saving throw.
A strength saving throw?
Strength or dexterity, I'll let you choose.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Just find out lots of different dice.
That's alright. I have something for this now. Thank goodness.
Ugh.
Oh no, my strength save or my dex saving throw was not good, but I'll be
Alright.
okay damage wise, I
So,
think.
he swings at you with the first arm, but it just goes over your head because you're so small. He swings at you with his second arm, and it hits you for 15 bludgeoning damage.
So
As
with
it,
uncanny dodge, that's gonna be half.
it does half, so it'll do 7. Yeah, so you take 7 damage. His kind of like arm swing is strong enough to actually hit you off of where you're standing as you tumble down into the water.
Okay.
Which about end there. So basically, it just knocks you off of the bridge as everyone else sees Key kind of go like flying off into the river.
Out of character, he cannot swim.
Okay.
Back in character.
This water, we'll say the water's about 6 feet deep. So
Okay.
how tall are you?
5'2".
Yeah, 8 inches.
All right.
I'm hoping to catch on to one of those wood things right there.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, didn't someone give me
advantage,
advantage?
yeah.
I'm gonna use that for my little deck saving throw there then.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's not any better though. 10.
Yeah, no, 10 would still fail.
All right.
All right.
I tried.
You did your
Sorry to disappoint you,
All right.
Pike.
ruined their
Alright.
hopes and dreams.
I did. I'm so sorry.
Wasted your money. Just
I was not the awesome rogue I anticipated.
All right.
Give me advantage, I'm gonna burn the whole fucking bridge.
So you are
Oh no, then he falls to the water. Yes,
I'm not going to see anything yet from him. We'll go ahead and go to Key.
Okay. I am going to try to climb out. Can I grab onto the side of the river and climb out?
Yeah, you can give me an acrobatics check.
23.
Yeah, so you do. So you guys see, you see Key kind of. No, if you're climbing out, the gunner is going to get a attack of opportunity.
Well, it's that or drown. So
Yeah, so I figured. But yeah, he misses anyways. But yeah, you guys see Key like kind of come out of the water, gasping for air, just drenched wet as she's like climbing up and out. So you're still free to move your character around if you want. You're about here as you're coming out of the water.
Okay, as my bonus action, I will use cunning action to disengage, and then I'm going to run. How long do I get? Well, yeah, but I'm just running.
You're just running.
I'm gonna run. I can't both.
Key, with your passive perception, you see that guy hiding in the bushes up here.
Does he look mean or does he look nice?
He looks strange. You can roll an insight check.
Okay. Not Key's strong suit, apparently. 12.
12. You can't really tell. He seems like very shifty. His eyes are wide as he's like darting about like in the bushes, watching everything, which is what's giving away his position to you.
Okay.
He's my new favorite.
All right. I'm just gonna kind of run 30 feet that way.
Okay.
I use my cunning action to disengage, and I move over there.
If you don't do it stealthily, he watches you. You see him watch you.
I cannot both do it stealthily and disengage, so
You guys-
disengage it is.
You guys make eye contact. He's like staring you down as you go back.
I'm kind of skeeved out, but I turn my attention back to the battle.
Okay. All right. Next up is Iceland.
Even though top speed had his 6.
Yeah, Topsy's not doing anything just yet.
Okay. I'm going to actually fucking go over there. I'm going to right now. I'll fight him. And he's going to
Glad I'm not in the water.
Basically, I conjure up a wave of water that crashes down an area within range. The area could be up to 30 feet long, up to 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. Each creature in that area makes a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 4d8 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. A successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and is not knocked prone.
I'll let you choose. Would you like to knock him prone or try to knock him off of the bridge?
I want him off the damn bridge.
Okay. What's the DC I gotta beat?
13.
13? He got a 6. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Yeah! You can hear Key in the distance. Yeah!
And I'm so fucking tired of this place. And like you see the water from the river just start like rising
Sure.
and just push the guy
Yeah, so you guys see...
30 feet into the water, like far away.
Oh, 30 feet. Okay.
That's 30 feet. And it also does 4d8.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll the 4d8.
23 damage.
Right, 23 damage.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys see Iceland kind of like get very angry. You see her start to cast a spell as you see almost kind of like from Lord of the Rings, right? You see the water in the river just kind of start rising and shoot out with such force that it just kind of like this huge tidal wave goes right over the bridge and just knocks the golem off and takes it with it into the river. So you see the golem kind of like tumbling and rolling 30 feet down the river. It is now prone.
I hope it can't swim.
Next up is Theren.
I'm not done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, babe. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I'm like, and I'm gonna call out to Key. Sweetie, you're doing so good. And I'm gonna cast Healing Word. 1d4 plus 2. Nothing crazy right now. She only took damage. You're gonna get 6 health back.
4.
I'm just gonna kind of like brush myself off, like, I'm feeling a little bit better.
All right.
Rage out.
Anything else left?
I feel so much better. Someone else's turn.
Theren.
So I'm checking something real quick.
23 fucking damage. Y'all can stop saying I can't cast shit.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So
I don't think anybody.
opening action. I'm gonna pull out my longbow and take a shot at the captain.
Okay.
Next turn, I'm burning bridge down.
Oh, 26 hits.
All right. D8 plus. Whoa, wait. D8 plus 4. Hit him for 10 damage.
All right, 10 damage to the captain.
And then swiftly I put the longbow away and unarmed strike on the blue goblin.
Okay.
21.
21 hits also. Go ahead and roll for damage.
D6 plus 4. Oof.
5 damage to the blue goblin.
Is he dead yet?
He is not dead.
Alright, and I'm going to use a bonus action to... I guess, interaction. Can I tell how close to dead he is?
Looking over what, the blue goblin?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to roll anything. Interaction. He's looking pretty beat up. You punched him kind of in the stomach. You punched him in the face. One of his eyes is almost like swollen shut. But he's still sitting there, kind of like ready to continue to take you on.
All right, and I'm going to use a key point to use Flurry of Blows. I get 2 more unarmed strikes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit.
First one, 15 hit?
15 hits, yes.
Oh, all right. 8, and then second one.
Okay. 23 also hits. For 10 more damage. There you go, you killed him. Describe how you take him out.
Nah, uppercut snaps his neck.
Yeah.
Alright. You guys hear this loud cracking noise as Theren just finishes with his fist in the air. You see the blue goblin just kind of fall down on the ground unconscious. Alright, anything else?
No, it's the end of my turn.
It's the end. Okay.
After it's the end of my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a monk.
I'm a monk.
All right. You see the captain. He sees the goblin kind of get rolled over into the water. You see him run just to the top of the bridge, and he kind of shouts out, "Bondos, what are you doing? Get back up here!" He is going to. He is going to. He's going to pull out a rifle, and he's going to aim it at Roz.
But I just shot him with an arrow.
Yeah, but Roz just or not Roz, I'm sorry. Iceland just casted a huge tidal wave. Also, she casted that at his buddy.
No!
Why'd you do that? Don't you do that to Bondos? And he shoots at you for 22, assuming that hits.
Yeah.
All right. He hits you.
We're on too much aggro now.
With her right dice go. He shoots you in the shoulder for 7 damage. As you hear this noise, and a bullet just lodged straight into your shoulder. Right. Next up, that was the captain.
This is getting really mad.
Next up is going to be the goblin gunner. He is going to aim his rifle at Roz, who's right in front of him. Roz, does a 10 hit you? I'm going to assume not.
Does he get disadvantage for being so close? I feel like that's a thing for ranged weapons.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless, he didn't hit you, so.
Oh, sweet. Wow. Fucked up.
All right. Next up is Stumpy.
All right. I'm gonna. So this guy's dead, right? The one right next to me.
Yep. Yeah, blue guy. Sorry, I can take him off.
Okay. I'm gonna look over
Don't
to
worry,
Theren.
I'll remember.
I'll wind it. I'm gonna look over to Theren. I'll wind it and go. Oh, he didn't save any for me. And I start making my way over to the other one, clearly out of breath. And I move myself up there, and I'll swing at that guy.
All right.
I am really pulling a lot of aggro right now.
Uh-oh.
So 17 hits for 7 damage. Is that what I'm reading?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so 17 hits for 7 damage with what weapon are you using?
Just a short sword.
Short sword. Yeah, as you kind of run up and you pierce it into him.
Alright, I don't think I need another bonus action. Alright, that'll be it. I'll end my turn.
Okay.
I'll say to the group, you do not want to go near that golem.
Next up is Roz.
Keep pushing him away.
I'm going to roll to hit with my longsword on the red goblin. Got a 21. Does that hit?
That hits. Go ahead, roll for damage.
13.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, describe how you kill the red goblin.
I do my best to mimic the human knights back in Avalon. For kingdom and glory! With my one-handed sword, my two-hander, and I just dive it directly into his chest.
Very nice. And
Working on my cosplay.
as you see that, you see the goblin just fall unconscious to the ground. So he is also dead.
And then as he dies, I say, I can see why y'all like these things.
All right. Oh, I think I accidentally opened something. So after that, you see this. Well, actually, you hear a large arm kind of out from the water. You see the other one as this giant golem or this giant construct pulls himself back up. I know. Out of the water.
How big is he?
Let me look it up.
A, he was prone. B, that's difficult terrain. How much more can he go?
It was only 20 feet. He could probably stand and get there.
He's large, so he's like one size bigger than you guys.
Like, would we have to climb him, or like
No, you
where
wouldn't
does
have
he
to.
come from?
No, you wouldn't have to climb him. He's
Okay.
like maybe like 7 feet tall.
Okay.
It's not like the one guy that you fought on the island. That was
Okay.
Well, I think
I
it's
love him.
confusing because he occupies 9 squares instead of 4, and we occupy 1.
Yeah, here.
It's a big
There you
dude.
go. I do that just because it's usually easier to see. So he is going to climb right here. He is going to. What can he do?
Well, now it was only 15.
No, he needed 15 to get up.
He is going to reach up. He rips off a large limb from the tree, and he is just going to throw it at Theren.
Okay.
But
Does that count as a missile?
it,
Does that count as a missile?
it does, but it definitely hits. It definitely misses you. He throws.
I'm like
but
waiting for it.
he doesn't throw far enough, and it kind of just lands at your feet.
Theren looks. No, I have to wait till my turn to interact with it.
Okay. Key, You
I'm staring right at him.
yes.
You have no respect for nature.
You like make eye contact with him. Then you see him lean over,
Oh god.
and he whispers to like no one else who's there, and then he listens. And he's just continuing to talk to air. It's your turn.
Oh god. I'm just gonna like talk to him and be like, "Hey, don't attack me, okay?" And I'm gonna like kind of like keep looking over my back at him while I line up a shot and crossbow the dude on the bridge.
All right, yeah, go ahead. Crimsy, that is an inappropriate NPC.
New NPC.
Why are you rolling a D8?
I don't know. Ignore that. And it's plus. I don't know. There we go. 17.
All right, 17. The guy in the bridge. That just makes it. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. The D8 was my damage. Do I need to re-roll it? I did it backwards. It's 1d8 plus
No,
3.
I'll give it to
Okay.
you. All right.
And then for my bonus action, I will. I will do nothing. I'm just gonna trust that. You know what? No, I'm going to. Can I ready something as a bonus action?
Sure.
I'm double checking. I think I can. Yeah, I'm just gonna ready a reaction that if this guy attacks me, creepiness.
Not as a bonus action.
Okay, then no, I'm done. Then I'm done.
You done? Okay. Next up is then Iceland.
Did you just shoot at me? I guess I'll just shoot back at you. Because she's still feeling real sass. The real sass is real for her. So the guy on the bridge is gonna need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, and what are you doing to him?
I'm about to cast Flaming Spear.
Flaming spear?
Spear.
Okay.
Flaming spear would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. That's badass.
Fire javelin.
What kind of druid has a flaming spear? All right. Dexterity saving throw. 13.
Good luck.
He got a 34. So sorry, babe. I guess no, he fails. He got like a 9. So go ahead and roll for damage.
If I do enough damage, I also kind of want to like burn the bridge within my huge fireball.
You have to aim at him if you're going to shoot at him. You can shoot at the bridge if you want.
No, because I want to.
Although I wouldn't make any decisions that would burn your bridges.
You're disgusting.
I love it.
Thank you.
Do I get any? I don't get any. Do I get spell modifiers on my damage?
No, you just roll whatever the damage is of the spell.
Okay.
Your spell modifier is what affects what the DC is, what I gotta roll to beat.
11 damage.
Alright, 11 damage. What's your sphere look like?
So I'm just like, I'm getting real tired of this super disgusting place that's dead. Plants everywhere and people hanging up animals on the wall, and I just start like, as I'm like ranting, like a fireball gets like slowly bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I just kind of like fling it at him, like, I'm tired of this. And I just like smack it into his face.
Yeah, and it lands right in his chest as this magical flame kind of like bursts all over his face. You see him kind of get scarred and burnt up the side of his face. All right,
And
next.
I'm just gonna.
Sorry.
So much better. It's fine. Everything's fine. And I'm gonna heal myself for 3.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm good. She's good.
All right. Next up is Theren.
Theron's charging the golem.
All right.
And first unarmed attack. 16 hit.
16 hits. Roll for damage.
First 10, right? Yes, d6 plus 4, so 10. All right. Second unarmed strike. Does not hit? I'm pretty sure.
9 does not hit. Nope.
All right. Another flurry of blows. 2 more unarmed strikes. First one, 17 hit.
Damage.
17 does hit. Roll for damage.
All right. Another 6, and then another unarmed strike. That does not hit. That sucks.
So what did you do? How much did you do altogether?
10 plus 6.
So 16.
Yeah.
Right, 16. Yeah. All right, so you just kind of run up and you just start like punching into this construct.
Yeah.
All right, very cool.
Nice.
Anything else?
Nice.
Nice.
Anything else?
Actually, one of those hit. I'm going to spend another key point to try to do stunning strike. When you hit with a melee weapon attack, you can spend 1 key point to make the target stunned until the end of your next turn if it fails a Constitution saving throw of 14.
Okay, so I will roll a Constitution saving throw. He got a 14. Yeah, he beat it.
Damn. Oh well. Should probably start saving my key points.
We're getting a little rambunctious.
Oops. Alright, I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, before I went and charged all that, I just looked down at the log that landed at my feet, arch an eyebrow, and then jump over it and charge him.
All right.
And then do all that other stuff.
All right, so the captain's gonna see that. He's gonna turn to Theren and he's gonna say, "Hey, leave bundles alone!" And he is going to, oh geez, shoot at you twice. I'm assuming a 19 or a 24 hits you.
Yes.
Does a 14 hit you?
No.
No. Okay, so you want to get hit once.
Okay.
For 10 damage.
Hang on.
Oh, right. I thought
Deflect missile. I reduced it by 14, which brings it to 0. I'm going to spend a key point to deflect the bullet with my dagger back at him.
Okay.
Dagger.
Does he need to roll something, or does it automatically hit?
No, it's a ranged attack, so I have to roll the hit.
Oh, okay.
Does a 16 hit him? I think it just misses.
I think it just misses too. Because I'm pretty sure it's 17. Yeah, so he goes and he shoots at you. And
I was waiting for that.
You use your dagger, you knock it back to him, so he hears this ding, and then he hears a shoo as the bullet just like goes whizzing right past his ear.
And then I glare at him.
Oh yeah, you hear him kind of like shout out, "What the fuck?" As it goes to Stumpy's turn.
Missed it by that much.
Okay.
Would have been.
Confused by that, but not me throwing fireballs or conjuring up huge tidal waves.
Bundles is very important to him.
I knocked him into the water and almost drowned him.
Bundles is very important to the captain.
I know, but like the captain is not concerned by me.
They've seen magic. It's just illegal.
I would have shot you, but you walked away, and I didn't want to wait for you to come back to do damage.
Alright, I'm going to reach into my bag and pop a little pot. As I do it, like little lightning flashes happen in my eyes. I get... It just makes me run 15 speed faster. So I want to run up to the captain guy.
You guys see Stumpy's legs going like Sonic.
I go, charging in. Alright. And I say, order bundles desist. you're outnumbered now. You don't stand a chance. This is your only warning.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
All right, I'm actually good at that one.
13. You see him kind of like step back, and he thinks about it. But then you see him kind of look down into his pouch where there's like this huge thing of money, and he just kind of like looks back at you and shakes his head. No.
Uh-oh. All right.
Oh my gosh.
I say, you left me no choice, and I swing the sword at him.
All right. Kiki.
A huge thing of money, you say?
Yeah, you roll a 19. That definitely hits. You do 6 damage. Describe to me how you kill the captain.
I killed him? What the heck?
I mean, I did just blow fireball in his face.
Yeah, he's been pretty beat up.
And I lodged an arrow in him.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've done the deeds.
Then my axe.
Yeah,
My axe is in the new world, or the old world. I guess I just swing it at him. He doesn't see it coming.
it comes up every session.
Yes.
I swing it at him, and I have so much momentum, I can't stop it, and it just goes crashing to his side. It's enough to do the finishing blow.
All right. You guys see that happen as the captain falls unconscious on the bridge. Anything else, Stumpy?
I guess. Oh, there's still a golem up. I was gonna loot the body. I'll take a look at the body real fast.
Yeah,
See
sure.
if there's anything useful in him. Just like a quick search.
On a crap ton of money.
Yeah, you do. You see what stands out to you. 36. Actually, it'd probably be better if I just do this. 9. There we go. Whatever 29 plus 97 is, plus however much money Key gave him.
104.
27 plus 97 plus 104.
230.
Whatever that is, that's how much how many crowns you see, Stumpy.
What does he have, like, weapon-wise on him?
Weapon-wise, he has a hunting rifle, and he has a hunting rifle. Then he has a double-edged scimitar.
Alright, I guess I'll just pocket the money. And
The
I'll grab
scimitar is
the
kind of
scimitar now.
rusted. The scimitar is kind of rusted, though, if you just want to kick it into the water. Yeah.
I have no use for the rifle, so I go for the scimitar and the money.
Okay.
And I turn around.
I would still take it right.
All right.
Sell it.
Oh, we can do it after the game.
All
We can
right.
do it after the battle's over.
Next up is Roz.
So Ross screams over to Gollum. Hey, Bundles! You gonna be smart about this, or are we gonna have to kill you too?
I guess roll an intimidation check.
Oh no, I don't persuade. I intimidate.
I want Bundles to join us for us to treat him better than we
Right.
That did not give a number.
Yeah, I don't.
It means you rolled it.
No.
Wait.
It means you got a 10.
Yeah, it means you rolled a 2.
Yeah, you rolled 2.
Oh no.
Regular roll.
You can hover over it and it'll say 2 plus 4.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't register.
All right. Well, okay. I don't want to attack him, and the reason for this being is he looks like the oldest thing we've found yet. I don't know if they work like droids. Do golems work like droids? Do they have like a memory storage?
So
They're still humanoid beings.
yeah, so from kind of what you roll me an insight check or an intelligence check.
She has advantage because she has pipes.
14. So yeah, I mean, you spent some time with pipes. This strikes you as like maybe the same creation as pipes, but this one seems really almost like more muted and maybe dumber and more like subservient.
Aww.
And he's still on the attack?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna throw a javelin in his head.
Yeah, 20 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Seven.
7 damage. 40. Yeah, as you see, you throw the javelin and it kind of like lands into his chest, and it cracks open a piece in his stuff, and you see all this like steam start kind of like billowing out of him.
Hey, I'm throwing another one.
Okay.
Oh no. I did so much damage to you. I did 23 damage.
13 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Sorry. 8.
8 damage. As you throw it, and this javelin kind of like lands into his giant arm for another 8 damage.
I'm done.
All right. Next is going to be the golem. You're going to see him look over at Captain, and he's going to let out this like bellowing roar as you see some of the cogs kind of like on his chest and his back start moving quicker and quicker as more steam comes out of his body. What's up? Well, yeah, he's angry and going berserk, and he is going to he is going to swing at Theren twice for 16
Misses.
and 22.
Hits.
He's going to charge up to Roz, so you're going to get an attack of opportunity, Theren.
Alright.
He's going to swing at Roz for 16.
So 8. Oh, we know.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that
does
hits.
he hit you for 16?
Yeah, that hits.
And then he crits on you, which we'll get to in a second.
Alright, so attack of opportunity. I got a 24. It should hit him.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for damage.
You kill him before he crits on her.
Max damage.
10 damage. Alright. So he hit Theren once.
Can I? So I have a. He's got a high Constitution saving, so I'm not going to bother. It's my last key point.
6. He's going to hit you, Theren, for 10 damage. 10 bludgeoning.
Alright.
6. 10. 5, 11, 22, 32, 36. He's going to charge up at you, Roz, and he is going to slam down into you with both of his massive arms for 36, which is bludgeoning damage, which is halved, I believe.
So 18.
Yes.
Barely tickled.
That's crazy. Yeah, and then so...
Damn.
That's 55 hit points.
With that, you're going to... Again, you guys... well, not you guys. I think probably Key will see the guy in the bush. He's continuing to have a conversation, Key, with, like, no one who's there. Every time something happens... Oh... Key, your turn.
Someone paid money for this character.
I didn't pay money for them, but yeah, they paid for like viewer experience
Good
points.
job, but it makes it worth it.
So Keith's just gonna kind of like shuffle a little bit further and be like,
Oh, you said something to him. What did you say to him last time?
I said, please don't attack me while I do this, okay?
Oh, right, okay. So yeah, he's also, you say that to him and he turns back to you and he's like, attack? You? Huh? Oh, what? Never!
So Keith's gonna be like, feel free to, attack the bad guy anytime, whenever you feel like it. And I'm gonna line up a shot on the you know what? I'll run up to the construct. Can I make it up there? Yes, I can.
Before you do,
What did somebody do to me?
I'm gonna retcon this just a little bit. Key, you go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh Jesus!
What are you making it?
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. Awesome. Key, now that you really sit back and you take in this individual, something about him is actually just like very attractive. It draws you to him. You almost feel like there's this like that moment where you're looking each other in the eye. You just felt some kind of spark or connection that you've never felt before. You are now charmed by him.
Oh, I have advantage against being charmed. I get to roll again.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll it then.
Thank God.
Oh my god, I want it to happen.
I only no, please. I got
11. You had to beat a 13, so no, you were still charmed.
Love at first sight.
All right, well.
Yeah,
It's okay.
he's a very attractive man.
Oh God. Okay. In that case, I'll be like, hey. Why don't you just come along with us? We're going to the West. We're gonna, just have a great time. And I've never been honestly interested in anyone before. It's always been work, and you should come with us. And then I'm gonna turn and be like, watch. And I'm gonna line up my shot. And I'm gonna shoot at this guy.
All right, yeah, go ahead, roll for damage.
I'm gonna loot bodies, and she's gonna get no money.
Sad day. 24 to hit.
24, yeah, go ahead, roll for damage.
Damn it. 9 damage.
9 damage. What are you shooting with your crossbow? Short bow?
Crossbow.
Crossbow. Yeah, you shoot with the crossbow, and it lands just kind of like into the side of his head. So now there's a crossbow bolt sticking out of the side.
And I'm gonna turn to him and be like, yeah. See what I can do.
All right. Next up is Iceland.
Key, please stop flirting with the weird man in the bush. And I'm gonna. He's got a high constitution.
We're getting there, Roz. Don't fall asleep on me.
Sorry.
You said he has a high constitution, the thing?
Shannon assumed that.
That's what we do. I'm not. I'm gonna do another.
Bam! 13.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
You cannot
So half of that, 7, 3. Or sorry, 4. Yeah, as your golden sphere kind of like shoots off and just slams into his side.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, thanks. Uh-huh.
Alright. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Okay. Next up is Theren.
Alright, so Theron's gonna pull out both of his daggers, and he's gonna go charging at the golem's back. This flying leap to try to stab both of them into his back.
Yeah.
Or making both attacks at the same time.
Yeah, go ahead, roll to hit.
Oops.
23 hits.
And the second one misses. So one of them will glance off. Whatever.
Okay.
Still doing that.
Yeah, go ahead, roll for damage.
Oops, wait. So, hit him for 7. And is he dead yet?
He is not dead.
Alright.
But he is like steam is coming off of him. You notice that like some of his cogs have like started to like slow down. One is kind of like breaking off. He's definitely looking pretty beat up.
Alright. And then I'm going to make a bonus attack of an unarmed strike. That misses.
It does.
And then I'm done.
All right. Captain's dead. Stumpy.
I'm over there. He's dead. Alright, so I'm gonna run back towards the golem then. I'll still have my burst of speed, so I barely make it. My little stumpy legs, I guess I'll do the little Sonic the Hedgehog run again, flying over the golem. And I will swing the sword again. Actually, I'll use the new scimitar I just picked up.
Oh, but that's perfect.
Yeah, you can have it when the battle's over. I want to see how it feels in my hand. Which is bad because I just rolled it.
It's probably twice the size of you.
Stupid
Natty
sword.
Sword.
Throws it in the river.
I throw it to the ground. I'll throw it to the ground right next to Roz.
Okay. Anything else?
I'll go with stupid sword. I throw it at the ground in disgust, right next to Roz's feet.
Okay. Roz,
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Roz, there's a double-edged scimitar sitting at the edge of your feet.
I pick it up. I look at it, a quizzical look on my face that is both sad and angry, and I glance at the elves near me and back at the weapon. Choose it!
Oh god!
The weapon.
A rage from my past enters my body.
Oh god!
Doing it, Iceland.
Up in the rage, I already. Oh, let me add one real quick. It should be, because I've looked one up recently. What was it called? Double edge?
I don't think it's probably not going to be in D&D.
That's not a real thing.
It is double-bladed scimitar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it has RP components, and that's why I wanted one. Okay, I should have one now in my equipment, and now I'm going to arm myself with it, and now I'm going to move, so I'm within 5 feet and can use it. Oh, I am within 5 feet. It's foot's in the square. Cool! And I'm going to roll to hit. 27 hit, natty 20. Oh, I chose that weapon!
Or did the weapon choose you? Yeah, go ahead, roll for damage.
Damn.
That's a 2d4 plus 4.
That's even better than like shit I could make up to make the scimitar seem really cool for you. You pick it up and immediately crit. It's really cool.
Plus 2, so 14.
So 8,
No.
16, 4, 20 damage.
Plus 2 for raging or something.
Yeah, another plus 2 for raging.
So
Wait.
22.
Yeah,
Wait, what? Oh, because I critted! Oh.
yeah, because you crit. Go ahead and describe how you use this double-bladed scimitar to destroy this.
Good 2 seconds while I look up how that works. I for some reason, this weapon seems really comfortable in my hand, and with a flourish, although orcish, with the elven blade, I swing it and slash diagonally once across the throat. Not the throat, because it's a machine. Does it have a throat? I'm not even sure.
Yes, it has a throat.
Okay, well, double slash against the throat.
All right.
Almost like a batani kind of thing.
Sure. And you're just slashing the throat?
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys see as Roz does that, she cuts into the throat. She tears apart two what appear to be like rubber-looking pipes. As she does that, you see steam just start shooting out of his neck as you hear this kind of creaking iron sound as he falls backwards and slams into the ground. Unconscious. You guys are now out of combat.
Theren grabs his dagger out of the golem's back.
You hear from behind you come out of the sound come out of the bush. Yeah, Iceland, you pick up a hunting rifle. You can add that in D&D Beyond.
Okay, Key's gonna say, so, do you want to come with us, or...?
So he's gonna turn to you. Let's see, what should he say?
Alright, I just froze and had to reset. What just happened?
Oh, wait, he's gonna answer.
Roz cut up the neck of the golem and killed the golem. You heard a very loud screeching laugh from the bushes behind you. Key is gonna go up. You're gonna say what to him?
So, are you coming with us, or...?
Let me consult my people. He turns to nothing next to him. Maybe.
Can I?
Yes, absolutely. As he kind of like steps out of the bush.
Nope, totally into it.
He steps out of the bush, and he kind of starts just approaching the group, and he says, "Hey, wow! I have to say that was quite a show y'all put on. Quite a show. Isn't that right?"
Oh, it's a great
Yeah,
show.
that's right. Oh, he wasn't talking to you.
She's gonna answer anyway. He's great. Have you met him? Oh, God. I mean, we've known him for like, what, 5 whole minutes? So great.
I mean, I am pretty great. As he says closer, you see that this guy probably hasn't showered in like weeks. His clothes are very, very dirty, very grunged. Dirt's kind of covered all over it. He has mud in his hair. Sure. So you guys see water just kind of like come up from the river and like just start scrubbing him up. And he just he reacts almost like a pet. It's like going over and he's like, oh yeah. His leg lifts up a little bit as he's like, oh yeah, right behind the ear. Oh, that's the spot.
Theren asked him, Theren asked him, have you seen a young orc come through here? 2 different colored eyes.
He kind of looks at you. I don't think I have. Let me consult with my. No.
Oh my God.
Theren just sighs. Come on, we
by
should
the
be
way,
going.
my name is Topsy.
Nice to meet you, Topsy, but we're looking for someone. We need to be going.
Come on, Topsy, let's go. And she's gonna kind of like take. He's gonna take Topsy's hand and just kind of start walking.
So as you pull Topsy's hand, he's like, "No, I think you should just stay with me," and he pulls you back. Key.
Okay, hang on, let me
Look up.
I have
Char.
like a regular. I stay.
All right. So you kind of see Key just holding hands with Topsy.
Just standing there, like, okay.
Sure, we'll say that you have advantage. A 7? No, I mean, hey man, maybe Key has a very specific taste in men, and this is just it.
He's also a half elf, if that hasn't been mentioned.
Would it be Arcana or Insight? Arcana.
Arcana if you're trying to see if she's under some kind of spell. Insight if you're just trying to figure out what's going on there.
Bitch be crazy.
What the fuck's going on with her insight check?
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, with a 25, you know that she's not acting in her right mind. So you're going to make a connection that there's probably something that has to do with this guy. You don't know what kind of spell or if it is a spell. But this is definitely not how Key usually acts.
I pull out one of my daggers, I walk up to Topsy, I hold it up to his neck, and I say, release her now.
And Key is going to, because this is specifically in the description for Charmed, Key is going to step as you do that in front of him and just kind of like, not block your dagger, but like throw herself in the way. Like, no!
Well, I got an 18 on an intimidation check.
Alright, so what do you say to him?
I say, release her now.
Alright,
I had to look that up for Charmed. She's standing in front
So
of
you walk up with your dagger to his throat, right? And you say, release him now?
Release her now.
Yep. He lets go of her hand.
She's still standing in front of him. Don't hurt him.
Can I knock her out?
At this point, I headbutt him.
You headbutt him, okay.
Alright.
I headbutt him. I can do it's bludgeoning damage equal to 1 plus my strength modifier, which is only 1, but still.
Sure. So, yeah, as you go ahead and roll to hit.
How far does being charmed take me? I don't think I have to turn against my friends if I'm charmed.
I think I missed.
A 9.
Yeah, I think I missed.
Yeah, so with the 9, just a second, I have to look it up, Key. I don't believe so. I think you just perceive him as a friend, right? So, like, you're just confused right now why everyone wants to attack him.
Right.
You don't have to, like, this isn't like a vampire, like, you gotta stand in front and, like...
Well, that's why I asked you, because you were like, he's suddenly very attractive, and I'm like, is there a description in his specific charmed spell that I'm attracted? Okay, then I'm just like, whoa, guys!
That's just my go-to when someone's like charmed. Yeah, so you go to headbutt him, he backs off of you, and then just disappears.
He disappears?
Mm-hmm.
How long? Charmed lasts an hour?
Yeah. You just lost a dear, dear friend. He just abandoned you.
Key's gonna sink to her knees.
Why? I would like to pick Key up and just carry her out of here. She's not gonna leave, and I want it to happen.
Does Key fight back? Oh, wrong one.
No, she's so depressed. Stop. Stop. Roz, our friend is gone.
Roz rolls her eyes.
Theren starts heading west again, following the footprints.
Yeah.
Alright, before we leave, remembering, did anyone go pick up that gun? I remember that there's a gun over there. Did you? Okay.
And I have the scimitar strapped to my back now.
So close.
It's not part of my look, guys. So just like when you picture me, just picture me with the scimitar, okay? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Shark disappeared to the abyss.
Oh, I see it now.
All right.
How long does it take us to walk to this town?
So, you guys have finished an entire day of travel and a little bit more. So it's about evening as you arrive at the next town.
I really meant from the bridge to the town.
From the how long? You're not going to be charmed anymore.
Okay, good. Thank God.
As you're getting into the town, you're starting to like come to.
Like the charm spell says after.
Yeah.
It says what? Okay. Then as it wears off, I'm kind of like, put me down. I'm going back there. Where is that son of a, and I start, like, I'm going to march off in the other direction.
And I grab you by the collar, like little Timon when Pumbaa's holding onto his tail.
Let me go. That son of, I can't believe, oh my God. And she's like, oh, like scrubbing her hands, like wiping them off on her shirt.
All right. You guys continue following the tracks along until you come to what you are assuming is Aegida. You come upon this city. This city is unlike anything that any of you has ever seen before. You look over the town and you walk into what is a massive city with to what would kind of appear to you be like skyscrapers. You see smokestacks with steam just kind of billowing out into the skies. You see large, well-paved, very wide open cobblestone streets that tend to go and kind of wind in between these large metal buildings. You guys hear some kind of commotion that seems to be coming from a central location of the city. You continue walking in until you see a large crowd of goblins and ahools that are dressed in workmen's clothes, some of them holding tools and wrenches. They all seem to be screaming and kind of shouting at... Oh, I do have it. Yeah, you see them kind of shouting at what appears to be a well-dressed nobleman or guard of some type that is standing up at a platform. You hear some of the cries from the middle of the street. Hey, where's the boss? He owes us money. You hear another goblin kind of call out. Yeah, where is he? Where is the slug? Bring him down here. And you hear as this riot in the street starts growing louder and louder until finally you hear this smashing off from the side as you see a goblin pick up a trash can from the street, throw it into a window, and you see mayhem break out into the town of Aegida. That is where we're